We are live. We're 10 seconds into the. Yep, 10 seconds into the live stream. So, welcome one and all. Just wait for some people to join. I'm not doing this through Twitch, I'm only doing this through YouTube. Hello Patil. Oh. Hello Patil, thank you for joining me. I'm just doing a quick thing so I can see the chat. Justin, hello. Thank you for joining. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you both here. That's better. I can actually see the chat now on my bigger screen. So just going to there we go. Obviously when I'm looking away, I'm looking at I keep looking at the camera on my laptop because I forget I am doing far better today, thank you. Far better. I was actually going to cover all that during the live stream. You can only sort of talk about so much on Twitter. One moment, I'm just going to send a quick Twitter thing. Copy. That's what I like about having Twitter on my desktop, because I don't need to. Ooh, that was my arm brushing the. Microphone. I am now live. Please do come and join me on YouTube. Do it as an @YouTube because then they know. No. There we go. Hashtag live streaming. Hashtag ASMR. Hashtag ASMR artist. There we go. So, how is it? How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing splendidly. I'm doing better than I was. Far better than I was. I still get sort of twinges of muscle pain every so often. Discomfort. It sure is. There we go. Yeah, so spent virtually the whole of last week in hospital. Was discharged Monday just gone, the 1st of November. Was it 1st of November? Yes, 1st of November. Signed off work till the 15th. I've got to go back to St Thomas's on the 22nd for my endoscopy. And I've got a pre-op assessment on the 8th of December because I'm actually having this gallbladder of mine removed. I planned to have it removed before this even happened, and I can assure you, an infection in the gallbladder and pancreas. It was the pancreas that became infected. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's. I actually went out for a walk today to get myself out of the house. I didn't go far. It was just sort of around from a very local area, and I felt like I had lead weights tied to my legs. You know, it really was a struggle. It was a struggle. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't. You know, and I've got to do it. I've got to do it because I'll just become slower and slower, really. Every so often I do try and get up and walk around the house to try and I'm much faster than I was a week ago. I mean, when you're stuck in hospital with tubes and whatnot coming out your arms, you're kind of very, very conscious about how you move, and I was virtually moving for the first 2 or 3 days at a snail's pace. I mean, the pain was intense. The pain was something else. I'm just going to raise this camera up. Bear with me. Trusty old Tupperware box. Might not work. Don't think it's going to work. We'll try the legs, because I just realised it's a bit low, this camera. I'm sort of looking down. It's not in my eye line. That's a bit more like it. Amanda, hello. Thank you for joining. I was just giving a quick update on the current situation. You know, making you know, how I'm making good, you know, the situation I'm in. I was just saying, I went out for a walk earlier today, and it felt like I had lead weights tied around my legs. I'll be honest. It will come. I will get better with it. But the good news is they've booked my endoscopy to have the stone removed. That's happening on the 22nd of November. And that's happening up in London at the same hospital, St Thomas's. And then obviously at my local hospital, I will be having the gallbladder taken out sometime in the new year. What they've discovered is I had an infection in my pancreas, which is let me lean back, just around here, and the pain is intense. I would never wish pancreatitis on anyone. It is absolute agony. The only way I could describe it was, I felt as if it was how I imagined what it would feel like to be stabbed in the chest. It was that painful. It was really that painful. But what they've also found is they suspect, or they've said from the CT scan and the MRI scan, they found a small perforation in my gallbladder, but the muscles around it are acting like a plaster cast, not a plaster cast, like an elastoplast, basically a plaster, to protect it. But yeah, I'm having the whole thing taken out because I can't keep going on like this. I mean, if I get another infection, yeah, okay, I managed to fight this one off quite well, but it's not worth the risk by keeping my gallbladder if this happens again. I mean, I've got a stone lodged in the tube between the gallbladder and the pancreas, and it's and that's the cause of, and that's the primary cause of the because I had pancreatitis and cholecystitis, basically a double infection. I actually thought I was very, very, very dehydrated, but it turns out no, I had an infection. And oh, thank you, Patil, thank you. And the consultant came in to see me in the hospital, and he said to me, "Have you ever been diagnosed jaundice?" And I went, "No," because I have a pretty good intake of iron. I have a pretty good diet that, allows me to consume iron for that sort of thing. And he said, "Your eyes are absolutely yellow." And yeah, apparently for the first day or two I was jaundice, and it was, yeah, I mean, I had more blood taken in those 5 days than I'd ever had taken before. I had more needles. It was horrible. I mean, necessary. I didn't fight it. I didn't resist anything they did. I just let them get on with it, and I think that's why I'm sitting here now. I think if I'd resisted it, I probably wouldn't have made as good a recovery as I have, to be honest. I would rather endure the pain of a needle for a few seconds than... Thank you, Amanda. I would rather endure the pain of a needle for a few seconds if it means I can be up and about doing something I enjoy, creating. I mean, if you want to see what's in here, this is obviously a notebook. Hornby, because I'm a railway enthusiast, as you know. But there are 18 pages of notes in here for the future of my project, and I wrote them all in hospital. I actually wrote a full rough timeline of what's going to come next in the next phases of this storyline, and some of the ideas I've got in here are huge. I've added a few bits and pieces to my Patreon as well, from it, not the timeline, but there's a rough sketch map in there, and if it's only £1 to join, so it's, I don't have any other tiers for anyone watching, if because everyone who sort of signs up helps me to invest in my channel. Whatever I make, it doesn't go to me, it goes to buying props, anything like that. But there are elements from that notebook on my Patreon. I know that's a cheeky plug, but sometimes you've just got to go with the flow, and yeah. But it is funny what being in hospital does to you, really. I've now been told to abstain from all red meat and all dairy. I've been told to abstain from... I can still eat poultry and fish, which is fine because I love chicken, I love turkey, I love fish. But I've been told to stay away from pastry, processed meats, chocolate, but I'm not a great chocolate eater anyway. I mean, it's going to do wonders for my health. It is going to do wonders for my health. And obviously when I have the gallbladder taken out completely, I'm going to have to continue. It's created an entire new lifestyle for me. And in the last couple of days, it's been a huge culture shock for me because it's not something I I ever considered really. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant anyway, so the dairy side of things is not difficult. The red meat side of things is not difficult, but it means I've got to give up. I've got to sacrifice things like um, uh, chocolate, fried foods, deep fried foods. I can't have um, fish and chips from a proper English chip shop anymore. Um, I possibly could, but I can't have it all the time. Not that I do have it all the time, but I've got to avoid the things like sausage rolls, pork pies, pasties, anything that has a high fat content, because it could trigger the gallbladder to set off again. And of course, once the gallbladder's gone, anything high fat content could be a problem as well. So yeah, I mean, I am kind of hoping to look at joining a gym, the office gym, when I'm fully back on my feet, but that might not be for a while. However, making these changes to my diet, I think, is really going to, you know, is really going to improve my health. It is going to improve my health. It really is. No denying that. And I feel ready to make the changes. At first, as I read down the list of what I could and couldn't eat, my heart kind of did sink, because on the side of things that you can't eat are things I absolutely love, like cheesecake and ice cream, things like that. Desserts, things that I don't even have regularly anyway. They're like once in a blue moon sort of treats, but now I'm kind of in a position where I have to avoid them. Ice cream especially, because it's dairy, However, there are alternatives. I love coconut milk. I love oat milk. I love almond milk, and I love hazelnut. The only one I can't drink is soy milk. I can't drink soya milk. It doesn't agree with me. But all the others, yeah. I mean, I had almond milk in my coffee earlier on today, and it was perfect. Coconut milk in coffee. The thing is, I should really avoid anything that has coconut or palm oil in it. Which is ironic, because coconut milk doesn't actually contain coconut oil, because that comes from the sort of pith of the coconut. So, I can't have anything like desiccated coconut, but coconut milk is fine. Doesn't affect me at all. It's looking at the alternatives that really make it so much more, interesting, because it means I've now got to think about what I actually consume. What beforehand, before this all happened, I was just merrily trotting along, dining on whatever took my fancy, really. But now I have to look at allergens. I have to look at oat milk is brilliant, Amanda. I actually bought some oat milk based Greek yogurt. It's yogurt made from oat milk, and to me it tasted like porridge. It doesn't work so well in tea, but then I drink tea black anyway. I don't drink tea with milk at all. especially Earl Grey. I don't drink Earl Grey with tea. Uh, I don't drink Earl Grey tea with milk because that's the traditional way of drinking it anyway. Um, but coffee is amazing with the four milks I mentioned: almond, oat, hazelnut, coconut. I think it's because it's quite bitter coffee, isn't it? So the sweetness of the other milks, and I think it tastes nicer than regular milk, to be honest with you. But yeah, it just means I've got to be more experimental in the kitchen, and cook more for myself. Because obviously, my parents can still eat red meat and things like that, but obviously I have to avoid it. So it sounds impossible to do at first, but it is doable. But the good thing is I can still have bread. I'm on at the moment what's known as a soft food diet. Easy to digest foods, which, to be honest with you, is most foods. There's not a lot of foods that are really, really hard to digest, thankfully. So I have fish tonight with potatoes, which of course are quite soft. I've taken to, well, I use olive spread. I'm able to have bread. They do say they advise that brown bread and wholemeal bread are better than white bread. You can still have white bread, but wholemeal, and I kind of prefer brown and wholemeal to white bread anyway, because I think it tastes nicer. I think it's a much, for me anyway, it's a much nicer texture. I prefer, and also, I can have things like tortilla wraps and pita bread, things like that. I can't have naan bread because of the high fat content in it. Garlic bread, I don't know. Garlic bread, I've tasted it. It's the future. If you're familiar with Peter Kay, you will get that. Well, I've given away the reference, really. Yeah, but Peter Kay, British comedian. I've tasted it. It's the future. Yeah. So, all in all, things are looking up. Still a bit tender round here, sort of, but nothing. Excuse me, just adjusting myself in the chair. There we go. They sent me home with. Yeah, they do. They sent me home with paracetamol and something called dihydrocodeine, which is apparently the strongest type of codeine or cocodamol you can get. Except it has to be prescribed. It's not over the counter. I haven't had to take any of that. I did have to take some paracetamol today after I went out because I found the cold air. I don't know. I had a slight pain. There's the map. I know. What did I say? Oh, I shouldn't really. I ought not to try and laugh. I mustn't laugh because that could. We could give it a go, but never mind. Yeah. So. I I mean, the last week was a complete and utter blur. Complete and utter blur, really. You know, I'm still trying to make head and tail of it right now. Discovered I'm allergic to morphine. You know, discovered I'm allergic to morphine. I don't know if any of you viewing have ever seen The Exorcist, but if you did, think about one particular scene, and that would represent me on. Oh, I see, Amanda. Yeah, yeah. You know, think of the scene of that particular scene that. Oh, trust me, Amanda. I think I could end up making myself laugh anyway. Uh, oh, 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 oh dear. Oh, I've got the energy. I've not got the energy. Oh. Oh dear. I don't want to keep this solemn, to be honest with you. I don't want to keep this negative. You know, you've got to look at the positives that this is all going to do. I mean, look. I'm getting a proper steampunk beard now. You know, I'm getting a proper steampunk beard. I'm just trying to look at the screen. It's not quite long yet. It's not quite Edwardian in appearance. You know, but it's getting there. I have to trim the old tash every so often just to give it its you know, look. Give it a bit of a tidy up. But yeah, I mean, I might probably have a proper shave before I go back to work, to be honest with you. There's a few things I want to film and record anyway, so I might do that whilst I'm off. I've still got to write and record my bit for chapter 16, and I'm going to write a few more scripts, as I said on Twitter, for some filler chapters until chapter 16 is ready and the academy is ready. I'm still waiting for updates on that, but you know, all is going well. All is going well. I'm very grateful to the people who have doubled up on some roles, particularly Riley Rose. Thank you to her. Big thank you to her. She does have a channel on here. She's more of a Twitch streamer, so if you're on Twitch, do head over and give her a look. And she's on Twitter as well. Who else? Well, big thank you to everyone involved in the academy, because you know, that's a big ambitious project, and I know it's going to work. I have great faith in it, huge faith in it. In fact, I really do think it's going to work wonders. On the other side of things, chapter 16 is underway. As I say, I've got to write and record my piece. That will be the first time I've ever done video for the Lord of War and Heartache. So very exciting times for that. You know, so all in all, I'm feeling really positive, and the fact I've written 18 pages of like timeline notes is something else. Is absolutely something else. I never thought I'd even get to writing anything of a basic timeline for the story. So it's all looking pretty dandy. There's a few other ideas. There's a few people I do need to get in contact with, however, because I seem to have lost touch with a few people. I might have to take on a few roles. I know this has gone back into what I normally talk about, but to be honest with you, you can't dwell on, as I said before, you can't dwell on the negatives. You've got to, I think you need to focus on something that keeps you going. And I'm just so passionate about this. I've been saying this on Twitter all day. You know, it's something that I'm so passionate about. I have so much faith in it. And I understand people don't always want to hear it. You know, it's not. It is niche. It is unique. I honestly can't think of any particular I mean, yes, Whisperwind does fantasy. You know, Whisperwind does ASMR, does fantasy. However, I don't think I've ever seen ASMR fantasy done. I'll be honest, it's ambitious. It is ambitious. I make no pretense that it's not ambitious. Because to do so, I think, would be folly. You know, I've said it before. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for fortune or glory. I do it because I've always wanted to tell a story, and I've always wanted to have participants involved. And you know, in my distant past, I tried it and it didn't work. You know, and now I have this opportunity to create and share something that's so special to me. Is something I would shout from the rooftops if I could. I really would, because, you know, I never even imagined it would get up to chapter 2, and we're now well up to chapter 15 with multiple side story chapters as well. I mean, there's 33 videos in the playlist now, 15 primary chapters and however many side story chapters, you know, covering aspects of the world. You know, it's got a whole universe in itself now. It has become an entire universe. And Jesse, hello. Thank you for joining. Very much appreciated. Thank you. And I hope everyone's still here. He says nervously. I don't know why. Just trying to think, really, you know. Sometimes I wonder, you know, I've done a lot of thinking this last week or so, and you know, there's a lot of things I've been questioning and thinking about, and you kind of wonder what just sorry, I'm having one of my moments. I'm having one of my moments, really. I've had a lot of these lately, where you just sit there and you sort of you wonder if it's all worth it, and everything you've done or created. You question yourself, you question yourself as a content creator and as an ASM artist and a YouTuber and all that, and it makes you think. It makes you think, because I am not, and I don't think I ever will be, except through live streams, a mainstream ASM artist. I never set out to be a mainstream ASM artist. I wanted to be something very different. I didn't want to do finger fluttering. I didn't want to do medical role plays. I didn't want to do, things like that. I didn't want to go mainstream. I wanted. Yeah, I'm fine, Amanda. I'm okay, thank you. Just having one of my moments. But I wanted to stand out from the mainstream. I wanted to be something different, and I am something. I have provided something different, and that's it. I don't do. My work is very much collaborative as well. It's not. I don't rely on collaboration. I invite collaboration. This channel was never meant to be me alone. I wanted it to be a showcase of talent in the ASMR community. That's one of the goals I had for this channel. It wasn't, as I say, I don't do finger fluttering, I don't do ear licking, I don't do tapping, I don't do regular role plays that people think of, you name it, I don't do it. I wanted to be original. I wanted to create something different, something that would stand out amongst the crowd, something that would maybe it's too highbrow. I mean, I'm not getting the figure, I'm not getting the viewing figure. Maybe it is too highbrow. That's the, maybe people aren't ready for my style of ASMR. Maybe, but in my opinion, and this is just my honest opinion, there's a lot of triggers that have saturated the ASMR community, mainly to do with hands. The role plays and everything are fine, but there's a lot of stuff that's oversaturated the community, and I honestly feel myself that I want to stand out from the crowd. I want to be an individual. I don't want to jump on any bandwagons that are on the move at the moment in the community. It's not who I am. It's not who I am as a content creator. I'm a storyteller. I've always been a writer, a storyteller. I always wanted to do something like voice acting and everything when I was much younger, but I was always dissuaded from it, doing such a thing at school. And in the long run, this entire thing, ASMR, being able to create my channel and share my story, write it, produce it, edit it, anything like that, and have people on board to share it with. That's what it's all about to me. That is me living a dream. I don't care about fame. I don't care about fortune or glory. And I've said that already. It's nothing to do with that whatsoever. It's wanting to show the world that there is so much more out there. There is so much more creativity and originality. And the passion I have for this is so strong. It's what's keeping me going. I could have given up ages ago. My channel is nearly 18 months old. Let's see, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Let's see, it was 1 year old on the 24th of June, July, August, September, October. It's nearly 15 months old anyway, as a channel. And, it's just the fact that I have so much belief in what I create. I want to share it with so many people. I don't just want it to sit there and... But I sometimes wonder, are people really ready? That's why I put up a tweet the other day, where I honestly feel... You will laugh. I honestly feel like the Vincent van Gogh of the ASMR community. I honestly feel that way sometimes. And it just... It just makes me wonder so much. But I can't give up now. I'm far too invested. I have too many things happening. I can't just stop now. And I have no plans to stop. I don't want to stop. Because that would make the naysayers of my past correct. That I am worth nothing. That I would never make anything of my life. I am doing this to prove to myself and my naysayers from my past that I can be somebody. I can do something different. I can make my mark in this world. And I just... just get so frustrated. I honestly just get so frustrated, and the picture is frozen. And the picture has frozen. I'm just trying to get the picture back. We seem to have lost picture with me. I hope you can still hear me. Yeah, my camera is frozen, Amanda. Bear with me. I'm gonna try and continue this live stream. I will get the picture back. For the moment, I'm just going to put up the holding screen. Let's see what that does. My software seems to have frozen, so we'll just take it from there. You can still hear me, can't you? Right, we'll try again. There I was, sort of. There we go. Let's see what that does. There we go. Oh dear. Something's going wrong. Something always happens during these live streams. I hope you can still hear me. This is all. I can't stand this when this happens because I feel so unprofessional. Let's see what happens. This is not good. At least it's not on Twitch. I'd be getting a lot of stick on Twitch. Good job I decided not to do Twitch. Ah, there we go. We are back. We are back. It'll probably take a little bit of time to clear on screen because obviously the live stream is a bit, you're probably seeing on Darian, ASMR creator of Lord of War and Heartache, but on my screen I can now see my picture, so hopefully the picture will be back with you shortly. Yeah, we are back. We are back. So, yeah, you know, I kind of feel like I'm lamenting a lot at the moment, you know. Things aren't exactly going according to plan, and I'm a niche channel. I admit it. I am a niche channel, and it was never my intention to go mainstream. It's never been my plan to go mainstream. There is so much that people already do that, you know, I would feel that I'm just copying, and that was never. I just didn't want to be part. I just want to be something that stands out amongst the crowd. You know, I don't know really. It's difficult because you come in with a grand plan, and you know, I didn't come in thinking I would shake things up, but I was hoping that more people would embrace something different, you know, something original, something new, something creative. And I'm not saying that out of frustration or anything like that. I just feel that there must be more people out there who want something I'm going to say unique, something that stands out from amongst the rest of the community. And that's I know I'm going back upon everything I've sort of said and repeating myself, but how else can I say it? How else can I say to people, when you're in hospital, you think so much about the future. It makes you really think, about the future, not just for your health, not just for your mental health or physical health, but also what you think you're going to do in the future, what you want to achieve in the future. When you just, all you can do is just lay there, and you can't do anything else really. You just want to sleep because you're in so much pain and so much, discomfort that you can't sleep. All you can do is think. All you can do is think. And it's all I did. It's all I could do. And I honestly really thought, what would happen if I weren't here? What would have happened if the worst case scenario had occurred and the infection consumed me? What would happen then? Would I just sink? Would my name and my work just sink into oblivion? Because let's face it, without me, the story could never reach its conclusion. I am the storyteller. I am the narrator. This story is as much a part of me as I am part of it, and that's the thing. I really do, I really thought, what would have happened? What would happen if... Because no one else could carry on with it. That would be it. Game over. The end. And I thought to myself, that's why I need to do what I have to do. That is why I need as many people to know about it as possible. That's why I want as many people to know about it as possible. That's why I want to have as many people involved in it as much as possible, so that I can, honestly... I honestly thought, would it be my legacy? I honestly thought, would people remember me for it? And that's when you're in, and that's the sort of thought that runs through your head when you are in so much pain and so much discomfort, because you don't know. I honestly didn't know if I would wake up the following day. Fortunately I did, but it really makes you question so much. And I felt alone in that hospital. I really did. I'll be honest. This live stream's getting a bit deep now, but I have to speak about it. Really, you know, it's one of the loneliest experiences you can have. You know, you're surrounded by amazing nurses, doctors, and other people, but they don't know you. You don't know them. They're there to do a job. You're there to get better. You know, you're not there to make friends or. And it is genuinely a incredibly lonely experience. And as I say, sorry. I feel so ridiculous. I feel. I don't know. Gear, hello, welcome, hello. Sorry, you've caught me. You've caught me sort of. I zoned out a lot in the last, I zoned out a great deal last week. If it hadn't been for Twitter, if it hadn't been for being able to access Twitter, I think I would have just completely zoned out and mentally shut down, to be honest with you. No, I'm not sleepy, Amanda. I'm just trying not to let go my frustration and emotions. Really, I'm fighting my best to hold them back, because the passion and the spark are still there. The passion is definitely still there. The faith is still there. But is the willpower? Is it worth carrying on? People just seem to want mainstream ASMR these days, or things like that. And I'm not saying that out of frustration or anger, but obviously people aren't ready or prepared. No. let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road, because that will just end up making me sound like a bitter old man, and I am in no way anything like that. I refuse to go down that road. I have my path firmly before me with the Lord of War and Heartache. That is my focus. Not mainstream ASMR, not finger fluttering, not ear licking, not tapping, not brushing the microphone with a brush or anything like that. Not positive affirmations, which I highly commend. They are really, really good. Things like that. I set out with this goal, and I know I can achieve it. I know I can do it. I know I am capable of doing it. My channel is 15 months old this month. 24th of November is the 15th month this channel has been in existence. And I honestly believe it can go far. I honestly believe people will discover it and enjoy it. The numbers are down, yes. The viewing numbers are down, yes, I grant you. And of course newcomers do need to start with chapter 1. But that's the beauty of my content. It builds up so you can watch from the beginning, and it's designed to be binged watched, binged viewed. That's I'm honestly trying not to be, I'm honestly trying not to be, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but, I don't want to cause rifts or things like that, but I'm not going to give up. I have no intention of stopping, to be honest. I just want people to know it's there. I want them to know that there is something absolutely different that stands out amongst the crowd. Something they've never seen before. I mean, my vision is so big now. I have got elements and ideas now all merged together. I mean, as I said, 18 pages of notes in this book. 18 pages of notes, or a rough timeline basically. It's not notes as such, but it's and there's still more I can add to this timeline. This book could become just an entire timeline. It really, I mean, I'm not going to read anything out, but I am going to just give you a quick flash just to prove there is stuff written in this book. There is stuff written in this book. It is, and it's all for chapter 35 onwards. Oh, thank you, Gear. I truly appreciate that. You know, and I'm still looking for people to participate. I've got so many different characters available that it's because I can't finish it all. You know, I thought we'd be up to about chapter 34 by now, but life happens, things happen, and we're only up to chapter 15. Okay, and the academy didn't turn out to be a summertime project, it's an ongoing project. That's fine. At least it's given everyone and me something to do. But I don't know, it just... Art is, it's an art form, really, isn't it? And art is subjective. Art is subjective. One person's modern art is another person's bag of rubbish in the middle of a room, sort of thing. I guess. I don't know what mine's trying to be. Oh, look at me, sitting here talking. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I sound really awful, don't I? I sound like I sound like the person I promised myself I'd never become, and that's wrong. That is wrong. I promised myself I wouldn't become this person, and it sounds like I have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I honestly mean that, because I am grateful for everything. I am so grateful for everyone that supports me. I am so grateful for everyone that participates in my work. I am hugely appreciative of all the support I get. I am so honestly appreciative of it. It means so much to me. It really, really does. It spit it out, boy. It really is, honestly, truly. Marigold, hello, thank you. Matt, hello. Thank you, yes. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I've been Uruguay? What's an Uruguay? What is an Uruguay? So yeah, kind of pondering and everything. So philosophical moments, aren't they? So for everyone who's Kung Fu Panda, thank you. Yeah, of course, Uruguay. Yeah, I thought I was more like the panda myself. Ooh, ooh. Should not have laughed. So Yeah, it is. I am much more better. If I laugh, it sort of it's more muscle pain now than anything. Um, it was pancreatitis with cholecystitis. I've been told to um, steer clear or permanently of red meat and all dairy, which is fine because I'm lactose intolerant. Um, I have. I went out for a walk today. I'm just going back for everyone who's joined. Um, I did go out for a walk today, but it felt like I had lead weights tied around my feet, around my legs. So it was quite slow, but it needs to be done because obviously I need to be mobile. I can't, you know, I have to be more mobile. If it's raining, I might use the treadmill downstairs. So, there is way. Um, um, so there is still a way I can remain um, functional. Um, I have my endoscopy booked for the 22nd of November at St Thomas's. Why they couldn't do it whilst I was there, I don't know, but that's probably because they couldn't make a space. And also, I was on antibiotics, so they probably wanted the infection to clear up. Um, so pretty much pain free, muscular pain. Got my pre-op for the gallbladder to be removed entirely on the 8th of December, and I'm hoping that this incident will have accelerated the surgery so that I can actually sort of have it removed, if not before Christmas, preferably not before Christmas, because I am going away for Christmas, but at least early in the new year. That's at my local hospital. Um, so once my gallbladder's removed entirely, I have to remain with the diet. I am currently on a soft food diet because there's a gallstone lodged in the tube between the gallbladder and the pancreas, hence the reason for the pancreatitis. And I've got to have an endoscopy to remove it. That's in about 2 weeks' time. I think it's 2 weeks today, in fact, 22nd. Yeah, I said 22nd. No, that's a Monday. So it's 2 weeks this Monday coming. I'm still off work for another week. I go back on the 15th. And, I'm just using my time creatively, really. I was saying earlier in hospital, when I was in hospital, I wrote 18 pages of notes in this notebook. Did a quick sketch map and everything. So it's all coming together. I've been using my time constructively as well as resting and sort of being as active as I can without seizing up. So well, they don't quite know, but that's something they say to that's something they advise to all patients that have had pancreatitis. Um, it's usually high fat foods, so I have to avoid pastry. So I can't eat things like sausage rolls, pork pies, Scotch eggs, fish and chips from the chip shop. Any form of red meat, so burgers, beef, lamb, pork. What else? I can't, as I said, I can't eat anything wrapped in pastry. So sausage rolls, as I said, pork pies, Scotch eggs, pasties, Christmas mince pies, things like that, because it all contains high fat content, and it's the fat content that creates the gallstones. But even a low fat diet comes with risks. It does come with risks. Not as great as I can't touch chocolate or fudge anymore, which is a shame, really. But then I'm not a great chocolate eater anyway. I prefer jellies and things like that. More sort of chewy foods. Well, I don't know about skin and bones, because I've always been a large built chap. However, it is going to do wonders for my physical health. It is. Because obviously, a lower fat diet will also do wonders for my heart. I've looked at the pros and the cons. I mean, for example, I can no longer have the one dessert I love the most, and that's cheesecake. I can no longer have cheesecake. On the other hand, do I want to end up in hospital again with pancreatitis? I think not. It's worth knowing, worth making those sacrifices. I can in fact tell you what's on the no list, because I have it saved on my computer. Where is it? I can give you a rundown of what I can and can't have. So, higher fat options to avoid are deep fried fatty meats, lamb, goose, duck, sausage, burgers, corned beef, pork pie, bacon, rashers and salami. That's for meat. Fish, higher fat options to avoid: very oily fish, deep fried fish in batter or breadcrumbs, and tinned fish in oil. Dairy, I'm to avoid all dairy. Eggs, I'm not allowed fried eggs or Scotch eggs. Lentils and pulses, avoid if in creamy sauce. For fruits, the only fruit I can't have is avocado, because that's high in fat. Vegetables and salad, I have to avoid roasted vegetables and battered vegetables. Potatoes, I have to avoid deep fried chips, waffles, croquettes, crisps, potato salad with mayonnaise, mashed potato with added cream cheese butter. Well, that's fine, because when we have mashed potato here at home, we don't add butter or cream. We just have mashed potato with a bit of pepper for flavour. For rice and pasta, I have to avoid fried rice and noodles. For bread, I have to avoid naan, croissants, which is a shame because I love croissants, and Italian bread. I'll say that again, actually. That's a lovely word, isn't it? Croissant. 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 For fats, oils and dressings, I have to avoid butter, oil, lard, ghee, suet, mayonnaise, salad cream, oil dressings, hummus, tartar sauces, curry sauce, gravy made from dripping. And it's funny because I just sort of got a taste for hummus before this all happened. Snacks, I'm not allowed onion barges, samosas, nuts, crisps, spring rolls, pastries and sausage rolls. Sweets, avoid high fat options to avoid chocolate and fudge. Puddings, cakes and pastries, ice cream, custard, tarts, gatto, cheesecake, donuts, sponge, scone, digestives, shortcakes, cream-filled biscuits, chocolate biscuits, flapjacks, dumplings, Cornish pasties and Danish pastry, sugar spreads and preserves, peanut butter, shame because I like peanut butter, and chocolate spreads, ready-made meals, curries, masalas, lasagna, pizza, quiche, pies, chicken Kiev, and drinks, full fat milky drinks, smoothies with full milk yogurt or alcoholic drinks. But I don't drink alcohol that often, so I drink very little. What I can have as an alternative is chicken or turkey for the meat, tin fish in brine, spring water or tomato sauce, white fish. I had white fish tonight. My dad actually made a tempura batter, which is just flour, water, and I think a little bit of salt, something like that. So it was a tempura batter, which is beautiful. You don't have to have the full traditional batter. Put your fish in a tempura batter. You'll thank me for that. Eggs, plain, scrambled, poached, boiled, which I love. Lentils and pulses, all lentils, beans and pulses. Fruit, all dried, tinned and fresh fruit, which is fine. All vegetables and salad. Potatoes, low-fat options, oven chips, jacket potato, plain mashed potato, boiled potatoes, which I love. Boiled rice, pasta and noodles, all flours, cereals and most breads, which is fine because I said earlier I eat brown bread and wholemeal bread. Low-fat spread, tomato ketchup, barbecue sauce. Thankfully, I love barbecue sauce, so at least I can have that. Salsa, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Oh, 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 God. Oh, 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 ow, ow, oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, oh, God. Ouch. That was there, not there. Oh, oh dear. That was all about salsa. If I'm not careful, I'm going to do myself a mischief. Oh, oh dear. Oh. So, yeah, salsa, tomato-based sauces, pickle, which I love, soya sauce, which I don't like anyway, sorry. Whoosah, whoosah. Yeah, soy sauce, instant gravy. Instant gravy. Snacks, plain popcorn, rice cakes, can be hit or miss. Crackers, plain pretzels. Crackers are a bit difficult at the moment because I'm on soft foods. Plain pretzels, reduced fat crisps, e.g. quavers and skips. Sweets, pastels, fruit gums, boiled jelly, sweets, licorice. I'm not even going to go there with licorice. Yeah. Oh, marshmallows. I love marshmallows. Puddings and cakes, suitable low fat. Jelly. I had a jelly tonight actually. Sorbet, meringue. Iced. Meringue, that's a dance, isn't it? Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. 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 Yeah, iced bun, tea cake, Jaffa cakes, which I love, rich tea, which I don't, which are biscuits, sugar spread, sugar sweeteners, lemon curd, honey, syrup treacle, yeast extracts. Oh, I can have Marmite. That's good. Ready-made meal, choose reduced fat options. Well, I don't really eat ready-made meals anyway. And drinks, water, tea, fruit juice, squash, and sugar-free fizzy drinks. But, sugar bum 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 bum. Honey, honey, bum 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 bum. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. I'm so good at recklessly Oh, I'm so going to. Oh dear. I'm so going to regret that physically later. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I do feel better for that. I actually do feel better for that. Sometimes you just gotta, oh, you just gotta let it all out. No, funnily enough, I think it's all muscular, really. I mean, it's past. It's all muscular now, so it's not infection pain. It's all just sort of residual that twinges every. It's a touch of the old twinging screws, and possibly the rumbling unfortunates as well. Not so much the rumbling unfortunates, but definitely the twinging screws. But there are, regardless of what I was saying earlier, I'm really excited for the next phase of everything that's happening. Things are really, really looking up now. I'm very positive about the future. You've got to be anyway. I mean, there's no point in being negative in the future because, let's face it, there's too much doom and gloom in this world to begin with. And I think we've just got to make the best of what we have and do what we can, really. You can't sort of what's going on here? It's okay, my computer's got a mind of its own. Something weird's happening. Oh, that's a thought. I just thought. There we go. So yeah, you've just got to make use of what you've got and work with it, really. Sorry, distracted. I am sort of working on bigger and better things as well. I've actually got a few different ideas as well. Watch this space. If you've seen my Twitter feed this evening, you will have seen my story, my personal ghost story, and Swarms ASMR has actually said I should turn that into a video. Well, I agree with her. It's a story I've been wanting to tell for quite a while, and I think I've got plenty of photos that I took on my... Long story short, the actual event happened. The actual event with the ghost happened in 1996. The photos that will feature in the video will be from 10 years later in 2006. So I am looking at creating a sort of a photographic reconstruction of what happened that day, so that you can see for yourselves what I kind of experienced to a degree. It won't be a full-on reconstruction because I can't get up to Shropshire to actually reenact the entire, and I'm not 11 years old, anymore. I'm 37. So Swarms ASMR has actually, I'm gonna say, requested it, and I will fulfill her request. I think it's a good idea to share this story. Whilst I'm not a mainstream ASMR artist, I do like to do some very different things. I mean, there is, for example, on my channel, I don't know if you're into World War II history and things like that. It's as close to urban exploring as you can get, really, with me. You know, I am not an urban explorer. If you want that sort of thing, I highly recommend a couple of channels. IKS Exploration is probably the best one. No, don't be, Amanda. Don't be at all. But I did do one of a video on here about 4 months ago called Exploring World War II Pillboxes with Ondarian ASMR. Sort of an ASMR exploration. Mainly because I did try to make it as soft-spoken as I could. I was recording and narrating at the same time. There were people about, so I didn't want them to sort of hear what I was doing, because I was a bit, wary about. But yeah, so if you're looking for something a little bit different, that one is on there, and of course there are some other bits and pieces that there's a few other bits and pieces I actually need to upload from other collaborations which I never got around to uploading, which is a good point, actually. So I need to get them uploaded. I've just reminded myself, because they're quite old. They're quite old collabs. It's footage from quite old collabs. In fact, whilst I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to re-release. I will re-release some videos from, or re-upload at least, some of the videos from my collaborations I've done for other channels, because I think it would be nice to, show what other things I've done for other channels. So I'll get that sorted over the weekend. Yes, yeah, that is one of the ones I will be uploading. Yeah, definitely the one from your. I must put. Obviously, I'll make sure to put the link to the full video in, and a link to your channel as well, Miss Chic. So that's one thing to do over the weekend. I've got some archive. I beg your pardon. I have got some archive collaboration videos to put up as well. I did one with Jodie Marie quite a while back where we were all school students. I still got the video for that, the full video for that to upload. So that will be classed as one from the archives. There's a few other bits and pieces, because obviously this channel is mainly storytelling and live streams, because I love live streaming, to be honest with you. I have a lot of fun doing these live streams, and you know, I love interacting with people. That's it means so much to be able to interact with you all, really. You know, I think it's important that I am able to interact with you all. No, 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 no. Computers playing up again. I think I might need to. I've been thinking of getting a new laptop in the future anyway, because I think it's sort of, it's quite old now in comparison, and with Windows 11 on the way, you know, upgrading rather than updating might be the way forward, because I think it will be so much easier to have a faster computer, and possibly one with a bigger memory. I've got I've got at least one 4TB hard drive. Yeah, I've only got the one, and this is a 1TB laptop. But if they start doing laptops of bigger terabytes, that would be, you know, that would be absolutely astounding, because the amount of stuff I could do with a multiple terabyte computer, the world's my oyster. You know, that's why I went for terabytes rather than gigabytes, because I knew I wanted to be a YouTuber and a streamer, and of course, in order to do that, you need the memory and the disk space to be able to do it. So it makes perfect sense. And I think you know, having the ability to actually be able to have the software and the equipment. This is why, you know, I always say I will invest in my channel, whether it be for a new laptop for editing, new software, you know, like Sony, is it Sony Vegas or something like that? I know that's very expensive, but you know what I mean. You know, I want to give the best quality I can give. I mean, this is why I got the video camera, because the laptop camera, it was so poor quality. You had the sound quality, you deserve the picture quality as well. You absolutely deserve the picture quality. And I mean, this is a 36 megapixel video camera, you know, 2.7K, 2688 by 1520p high definition. It's not, you know, not 4K or anything. You know, I couldn't afford, well, maybe in the future we can have 4K, but it does what it does, and it gives you a crystal clear picture in comparison to what my laptop was giving you, that horrible grainy, almost monotone picture. You know, you can actually see my hair sticking up now. You know, should have put a brush through it, but there you go. There you go. Them's the breaks. I need a haircut, really. Funnily enough, I was going to get my hair cut over the Halloween weekend, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Them's the breaks. There we go. New subject. Halloween. Did you do anything for Halloween? Did you dress up? Pink, hello! Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, so good to see you here. so good to see everyone here. To be honest, in all honesty, everyone is welcome. You know, um, yeah, we were just getting on to the sort of conversation of Halloween. I obviously couldn't celebrate Halloween because of where I was. However, did any of you do Halloween? Did you dress up in costume? Did you do anything? Did you go to parties, or did you watch films or TV series, anything like that? This is your. To be honest with you, this is as much about you as it is about me. Let's face it. I've talked enough about me. I think. I honestly think. I would love. I'm so easily distracted these days. Do you know? I sometimes wonder if I might be ADHD. I sometimes wonder if I might be ADHD on top of my being autistic. That's by the by. That's a totally different thing. How about some more salsa? Sorry. I'm all laughed out. Or meringue. I don't know. I'm just high on life at the moment. You have what could easily be a near-death experience, and suddenly you find, let's face it, this live stream did start off melancholy. Let's face it. I'm not going to deny that. It started off melancholy. But now it's kicked in. Everything has kicked in, and I honestly kind of feel I don't know. You start saying something and then your mind kind of goes blank. I seem to be getting a lot of blank moments, Can't be helped. Ya da da, ya da da da, ya da 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 da, ya da da da, ya da da da, ya da da da. Ya da da, ya da da, ya da da. Di 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 di. Ya da da, ya da da, ya da da. Gad, what a merry little tune. Yeah, so how are you all doing, I guess? Don't these live streams get absolutely random, really, don't they? They do, and I make no apologies for them to a degree. Sometimes it happens. Randomness happens. Can't really be helped. trying to find something, that's all. Don't mind me. Lost something, that's all. There was something I wanted to share with you, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. Lom 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 toy toy. I could probably share it later. It's something. No, that's something else. That is something else. Maybe I deleted it, what I'm looking for. I know these long pauses are not the most exciting of things, but, you know, sometimes I just think of something that that I want to share, and you can't remember where the flipping heck you put it. It's somewhere around here anyway. When I find it, I'll find it. No my luck. It will be when I finish the live stream. Nah, whatever. Such is life. Two creates a third. Yes, guess who's taken over the live stream for a little minute? Yes. How about some voices? Let's do some voices, eh? Unedited. This is what they really sound like, because I do always edit them with slightly deeper tones. So of course, especially for Pink, this is Rafik. Greetings. This is Rafik, member of the Shadow Court, being brought alive by Ondarian ASMR. I am the rogue who is after the crown of the Tyrant King on the behalf of Lord Volkov, the Vampire Lord. I am on my own mission and have kind of turned against Orion and Corvus. Corvus being my leader, of course. He is my true master, and I will be making an appearance in the Lord of War and Heartache very soon. For this is a very special announcement. For the next saga that takes place will be the story of how I came to search for the crown. It will be my origin story, and it will be how I came to work for the vampires and turn against
the Shadow Courts. This will be the new saga, known as Rafik, the Rogue's Tale. You have heard it here first, my friends. Live and on streamed broadcast that this new mini-series is beginning, and my story can finally be told.
Yep, you've heard it here first. The next saga that I will be writing for Lord of War and Heartache as side story chapter will be Rafik telling his story, and yes, he is the narrator of it. It will not be my usual narrator voice, for this is my usual narrator voice, which is usually reduced to the pitch of level 20. So let's try Volkov next. I haven't got. I could open Audacity and we could have a bit of fun. Let's open up Audacity and really have some fun. I've put my desktop audio on so that you can hear it. I'm just waiting for Audacity to load. Okay, so let's see what we can achieve. So you will hear me speaking into the mic, and then you will hear me saying. So let's go back to Rafik. Let's go back to Rafik.
Well, my friend, it seems we have crossed paths yet again. It is far too soon for you to think you can escape from me, for I am Rafik, the master criminal, and soon to be successor to Corvus.
Not really, I was just improvising. So this is what it sounds like back. Hopefully you can hear it. Here we go.
Well, my friend, it seems we have crossed paths yet again. It is far too soon for you to think you can...
Okay, so that's what it sounds like. So change the pitch. Unfortunately, I can't share this on, but I'm taking it down to 15, minus 15. So hopefully, let's hear it.
Well, my friend, it seems we have crossed paths yet again. It is far too soon for you to think you can escape from me, for I am Rafik, the master criminal, and soon to be successor to Corvus.
Doesn't that make a difference? Doesn't that make a difference when you take the pitch down to 15? You know, it really does, and that's how obviously I get Rafik's voice, because it's a lot deeper and richer than my own, and you know, a lot softer. His voice is a lot of fun to make, but my real you know, one of my favourites obviously is Volkov, because his voice is really deep and rich. So we'll just delete that one. So we go with Volkov.
So, you think that you can outsmart the vampires? You really believe that you are stronger, faster, and more powerful than we could ever be? Well, let me tell you this. The vampires are powerful. We are strong. We are eternal. We are victorious.
So, we'll just take out some of that bit. We'll just take out some of the gaps. Just shorten some of the gaps. There we go. So let's listen to what it sounds like again.
So, you think that you can outsmart the vampires? You really believe that you are stronger, faster, and more powerful than we could ever be?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So sorry to hear that, by the way, Pink. I'm so sorry to hear that. My DMs are open on Twitter if you ever need a haven to, but anyway. So, change pitch to 20, minus 20. And we now have Volkov.
So, you think that you could outsmart the vampires? You really believe that you are stronger, faster, and more powerful than we could ever be? Well, let me tell you this. The vampires are powerful. We are strong. We are eternal. We are victorious.
Okay, so it ends a bit abruptly there, but yeah, I love that because obviously it's quite.
So, you think that you can outsmart the vampires? You really believe that you are stronger, faster, and more powerful?
I guess in a way, I did take inspiration from Christopher Lee's voice for Volkov in a way. I don't deny that really, because he had that deep, rich, booming voice. Then of course there's Geoffrey of Trigon. I'll just do his opening line. This is a bad business, but we're not the only ones in it. I'm Geoffrey of Trigon, Forge Master of the city of Trigon, leader of the forges of the city. This one's a bit shorter, so we play that back. This is a bad business, but we're not the only ones in it. I'm Geoffrey of Trigon. So I'm going to delete some of the gaps to make it a bit shorter. So when it plays back, always edit out the gaps. So this is a bad business. So again, like Volkov, he is minus 20 for pitch.
This is a bad business, but we're not the only ones in it. I'm Geoffrey of Trigon, Forge Master of the city of Trigon, leader of the forges of the city.
Yeah, So that's okay, Miss Sheik. Yeah, take your time. Don't worry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no worries, Miss Sheik. Please do take comfort breaks. So I suppose we do Garen next. Hello there, I'm Garen of Trigon. I am the Forge Master and assistant to Geoffrey of Trigon, who is the leader of the city. Now, some of you don't know this, but Trigon has its autonomy from the rest of the monarchy, which means we are pretty much self-ruling. Oh yes, we likes to rule ourselves, indeed, but we still answer to the monarch when we have to. So we go back to the beginning, take out the longest bit. Hello there, I'm Garen of Trigon. I am the Forge Master and assistant to Geoffrey of Trigon, who is the leader of the city. Now, some of you don't know this, but so we take that, and this one, he is a change pitch of -15. So this is what he sounds like.
Hello there, I'm Garen of Trigon. I am the Forge Master and assistant to Geoffrey of Trigon, who is the leader of the city. Now, some of you don't know this, but Trigon has its autonomy from the rest of the monarchy, which means we are pretty much self-ruling. Oh yes, we likes to rule ourselves, indeed, but we still answer to the monarch when we have to.
So yeah, that's Geoffrey of Trigon. I tend to try and stick to pitches of -15 and -20 for my voices, but there are some really ambitious voices I do, if you've heard my latest video. So this is the most ambitious voice I've done. Tell me, Volkov, why do you think I have... No, I need the script for this. Because I really want to show you how I did this. I need the script. Let's get the script up. Here we go. Because I really want to show you how I did this. Because this is a 3-way edit. This was very ambitious how I did this. Why is it not opening? Oh, it is. It's taking its time. Because this was probably one of my most ambitious audio pieces ever. Just doesn't want to open. Just doesn't want to open. which is a nuisance. I guess we'll have to ad lib. Volkov, I come to you with a proposal, yet you throw it back into my face as if to humiliate me. I warn you, Volkov, you will regret this. You'll understand what this is relating to when the time comes. So we do this one, we just play it back. Volkov, I come to you with a proposal, yet you throw it back into my face. Okay, so this is a three-way edit. This is ambitious. So we take one. So I've copied the audio twice, and pasted it twice. So we make the top one change pitch to actually plus 10 in pitch, so it's higher in pitch. But we take the bottom version and we change pitch to minus 20. And we merge. So we go to tracks, mix and render, and now this is the result.
Volkov, I come to you with a proposal, yet you throw it back into my face as if to humiliate me. I warn you, Volkov, you will regret this.
So yeah, that is a three-way.
Volkov, I come to you with a proposal, yet you throw it back into my face as if to humiliate me. I warn you, Volkov, you will regret this.
So yeah, that is a three-way edit, three-way audio edit, to create like an inhuman sort of, more sort of alien-like creature. And then of course my personal favourite vampire, because it allows me to do an accent, Boris. My lord, the Dark Mages have informed me that they have made a breakthrough in the opening of the portal. I would assure you now that we are now able to access the other realms to find new potential allies in order to forge a new army to fight the monarchy. And this is all ad-libbed, of course. My lord, the Dark Mages have informed me that they have made a breakthrough in the opening of the portal. So far so good. We cut that bit down to size. We go to change pitch. He is minus 15. And this is what he sounds like.
My lord, the Dark Mages have informed me that they have made a breakthrough in the opening of the portal. I would assure you now that we are now able to access the other realms to find new potential allies in order to forge a new army to fight the monarchy.
Oh, and would you Adam and Eve word has suddenly decided to open up after I've done my demonstration. Yeah, that's the thing though, Jesse. There are no demons in my world. There are no demons. You have spirits, you have sort of entities and other things like that, but there's nothing demonic. The reason I don't have anything demonic is not on various grounds that most people might think obvious. It's because I find them very complicated to portray. I find demons very, very vampires are pretty much... Yeah, it's all on Audacity, Miss Chic. All on Audacity. I just do if I can work out how to share my screen or record my screen with Audacity, I will do a proper video. I will do a proper behind the scenes video for YouTube on how I actually do my voices, scripts and everything. So that is something I have in the pipeline planned. But once you sort of... Audacity is very user-friendly once you find your way around. There's only a few bits and pieces I actually use. There is one that I am looking to use called Delay, which I've never actually tried before, but it's something I do want to try, and I've got some notes here on how to do it. But it's not in my usual place. I think it's in my there we go. Yeah, okay. Yep, I know what to do now. So this is actually a exclusive. This is new. This is something that's not yet appearing in the series, but I wanted to actually demonstrate it here and now. It's kind of a new character, but I wanted to give you an idea of how it would sound like in a Yeah, just changing the pitch. Just changing the pitch in the effects list. Change pitch, and I tend to do -15 or -20 for my characters. Unless it's the more sort of alien sounding like creatures, which I do +10 and -20 because I do a 3-way. So this is just an ad-lib. There's no script for this character yet.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please enter your command.
No, I'm not happy with that. Let's try that again.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. The battlefield awaits.
Okay, so that's just very brief.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. The battlefield awaits.
Okay, so I'm going to change the pitch because I want it to be deep. So let's hear how that sounds.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. The battlefield awaits.
Okay, but there is one other effect I want to do. It's called Delay, and I want it set to In fact, I believe it's set to everything I want it to. So, let's see what it does. Now, this could be quite loud, so I'm going to lower the volume a bit. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to normalize it. So, there we go. So, this is what it sounds like now.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. Battlefield awaits.
Okay, so it didn't sound as good, did it? It didn't sound as good. So we do control, undo. It sounded too... You know, it didn't...
Sentinel 493.
Okay, so... Right, okay, so it didn't sound quite right, did it? But we can change pitch again. And we're going to make that one deeper. So let's see what that sounds like.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. The battlefield awaits.
So you don't always need to use delay. It's all in the changing of the pitch. It's nothing to do with delay or anything like that. It's all to do with the pitch. So let's have a listen to that one more time.
Sentinel 493, ready for action. Please give your command. The battlefield awaits.
I'm going to keep that as a sampler, actually. I'm going to merge and keep that as a sampler, because that will be useful for when I come to actually introducing them properly in the story. And I'm not telling you how I'm introducing them, because that would give the whole game away. But however, as a demonstration, I think it's perfect. And that was a two-way edit. That was a pitch 20 minus 20 on top of another pitch minus 20, which actually sampler. There we go. Call that sampler. You know, basically the other pitch was made deeper, so it works that way as well. And I do it a lot for many of my things. You know, it works both ways. Sometimes, I mean, there are some characters. There is one character in the entire series where it's just my natural voice, but all it is me putting on sort of a, oh, I say, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, that was the only time I never, doing the voice of Mr. Phipps in Cleo and Trajan Chapter 2 was the only time I never actually changed the pitch of my voice. You know, that the whole point of that character was supposed to be me sort of playing the silly character. Oh, I say, what an absolute shah! You know, sort of Terry Thomas, sort of Leslie Phillips, Mr. Phillips, sort of character. Oh, I say, ding dong, sort of thing. Ding dong. Very politically incorrect now. It's absolutely amazing, Sheik. It is so. As I say, I will look to do a video if I can work out how to record the screen, I will actually do a video on how to do it, because it is so straightforward. It is so straightforward that once you get to grips with it, the world is your absolute oyster. The world is your oyster for voices. It's astounding. Absolutely astounding what you can do. As I say, I don't tend to raise the pitch of my voice, because even if I tried to do feminine voices, it's not convincing. I can't do a convincing female voice anyway. Even with raising my pitch, you can still tell it's a male voice, and that's nothing to do with it. It's just that I have such a distinct voice that it's very difficult to try and portray female characters. I did an experiment. I don't think I've still got the audio, but I did try it. But because I've got this sort of booming, no, I wouldn't say booming voice, but rich. Some people say my voice is quite rich. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But we can just sort of experiment, play around. Basically, long story short, just go to effect, go down to pitch, and just play with the pitch. Really, no, you don't really need any of the other. Sometimes I do use normalize, which sort of balances the audio if it's a bit harsh. But really, normalize and change pitch are all you need. You don't need to worry about things. Possibly fade in, fade out if you're sort of doing a conversational sort of audio thing. It really does. Yeah. Oh, night. My dad's just going to bed, so I'm going to have to quieten down a bit. I probably won't be on here much longer anyway myself, because it is quite late. To be honest with you, I think we'll take this up to 11 o'clock. That's in about 8 minutes, and I think we'll call it a day, because I've been on here over 2 hours now, about 2.5 hours. So I think we'll wrap this up, and I think on that point, I think we'll wrap this up for now. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Always a joy to have everyone here who's joined. Always a pleasure to talk with you. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And look after yourselves. All that sort of thing. And I aim to do another live stream next week, so I hope you will join me then. Thank you for that, and hopefully, I'll tell you something, hopefully next week will be a much more lively live stream. There won't be so much melancholy in the beginning, or anything like that. So thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. You know, you help make this channel, you help make these live streams. You give me the encouragement and the urge to continue. So I absolutely appreciate you being here, and you know, thank you very much. So I will see you next week, and hopefully I will have some more videos to upload. Until next time, all the very best. Ending stream. Good night, everyone.